Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today for HelloGM's first webinar here. As you know, we'll be focused on the P&L Analytics module within HelloGM today. My name is Nak Thatch, and I am the Vice President of Marketing for HelloGM. I'm the first dedicated marketing role within our company, and it is quite an honor to help and support a fully remote and global team as we are. Again, thanks for joining us today. I have posted some housekeeping comments within chat, so please let me know if you have any issues seeing that at all. Dhaval will be presenting for about 15 minutes today, and after that, we will be focused on answering as many questions as we can during our allotted time. So without further ado here, I will go ahead and introduce Dhaval. He is our co-founder and our CEO at HelloGM. As many of you know, Dhaval developed or conceived HelloGM basically out of desperation for a single solution to integrate all of the digital solutions for hotel management. So it is my pleasure and honor to introduce Dhaval, who is hopefully ready to present here for you. Dhaval?
Hey, Doc, thank you. And thank you everybody for joining. Let me start with sharing my screen and we are short on time today. So I want to make best use of your 30 minutes. So this is a HelloGM Profit and Loss Analytics webinar. High level agenda for the meeting is we are going to go through how HelloGM is integrating with accounting softwares. Mainly if you have QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop, Xero, Sage, or any accounting software that are like, even Inflow and M3, those financial report can be ingested in HelloGM, and you can take the, analytics advantage of HelloGM dashboard, right? So that will be the agenda. If you are using QuickBooks Online, Desktop, Xero, or Sage, then it becomes a no-brainer to use the functionality that I am showing you today. It's going to give you tremendous advantage. Now, basically, what I'll show you is how, so there is a USLI standard. It's a uniform system of lodging and association of lodging industry. And they publish some of the kind of, standard accounting formats. And what happens is many of our hoteliers, they do not use their standard accounting chart of accounts, right? We have our own chart of accounts. So how do we map our chart of accounts to high level section of USLI and come up with a better formatted profit and loss statement? That will be what I'll walk you through. Once we have that mapping done, then you can do financial statement download from HelloGM itself. And also you can do performance analysis between your properties. You can do like, what is my cost per occupied room? What is my percentage of revenue? What is my gross operating profit? All those analysis between the properties through HelloGM itself. And this is a readily available system, so I'll be able to walk you through, and you can explore that in your own HelloGM login. And at the end, I'll also show you some resources we have. Like we have a knowledge-based article. If you have to go through that offline, we will paste a link to that article on the chat window as well. So you can take your own time and go through that offline. Okay, this is the agenda. Let me just get started. So I'm going to log in with my demo username password. So you log in with HelloGM, provided you have access to the profit and loss analysis. This is how this menu will open. Click on the P&L analysis part. This is where I'm going to take example of QuickBooks Online. But even if you have QuickBooks Desktop, we have multiple ways to connect that QuickBooks Desktop as well. If you have Xero or if you have Sage, we are working on those integrations as well. So let us know and we'll get you up and ready. Taking example of QuickBooks Connect, you click on this QB Connect icon here. It will ask you your username password. You provide your username password. Type it in. It will, if you have multiple companies under same login, it will open multiple companies. Now you select the company that belongs to this Best Western property. Once you select and you click next, it will connect this property to your HelloGM and from HelloGM to your QuickBooks Online. Once it is connected, HelloGM will pull last 12 months of your profit and loss statements, and this window will populate. Now, start of the window, it shows you your month to date, quarter to date, year to date analytics. Mainly, it will show you your income and your expenses part. If the HelloGM has data for your room revenue and your occupied room, it will provide you percentage of revenue and dollar per occupied room information as well. For example, housekeeping, this month to date, I have $6,000 spent on housekeeping. These are my chart of account. So you will see your own chart of accounts here, right? We do not ask you to change based on what we do. We don't need to alter your chart of accounts. Mainly, you will see your own chart of accounts here. So you will see housekeeping, $6,000 spent, $1,500 more than budget. Now budget can be done in HelloGM too. There is a budgeting section. We will probably do another webinar for that. But provided if you have budget in HelloGM, it will show you how much you are up or down than budget. How much that housekeeping revenue is as a percentage of your revenue, and how much that as a dollar per occupied room. Now this number I will show on the first page how you can compare between your properties as well. But for now, you can just see like, okay, this is the window, month to date, quarter to date, year to date. Okay, this is one part. Now, second part is if you click on this chart of account mapping, you click on that icon, settings icon here, and you click on KPI and percentage of revenue mapping. Now, this is where you will be able to map your chart of account, and this is a heart of the module, right? So, there are offline material available as well, how to do it. But this is one-time activity. What we will do is in this activity, we will map your chart of account to the USLA standard departments, right? So I can see my salary and wages should be part of my commission, or my property tax is, there are in the live version, you will have more populated. So this is a demo version. It will have only a few items populated. But in the live version, you will see all the chart of accounts or all the categories populated as per the USLA standard. So you kind of map it. You say salary and map wages is admin and general. Your utility bill, utility cost goes to utility. Once you map it, you can copy that chart of account mapping to all your properties. So if you have 10 properties, we don't want you to do it for each one of that, right? So you put it in one place, like you map it franchise fee to sales and marketing, for example. And once it is mapped, you can copy that mapping to all other properties and you save it. This mapping is saved. Once the mappings are saved, you can go here and download it as a file. So the financial statement, if I click on here, and you can click on your live version. If you click on here, if the mapping is not done, it will provide you up error that you need to finish some of the mappings. So you finish the mapping. Once mapping is done and you download the financial statement, it will open a financial statement in this format. Okay, you can download and you can open it in the Excel file. So this is a format many people, if you have M3 or other hospitality related accounting platform, you are aware of this type of format. Mainly what happens is your property chart of accounts are mapped to the groups, right? USLA department. So it is more hospitality standard kind of financial statement now will be available. So here, these are your departments. Left hand side is period to date, which is like a month to date. So for November, if it is a September month P&L, this is showing September month, how much room revenue I had. This part is showing year to date, variances from budget and variances from last year as a per occupied room or as a percentage of revenue. But this is a Y2D section. Now what I'll see is this is top part is my occupancy, room sold and all details. First section is my operating revenue. So they are split into rooms revenue, F&B, other operated department, miscellaneous income. Then you have departmental expenses, rooms expense, F&B expense, miscellaneous expense. And then you have undistributed operating expense. So you will see admin and general, information and telecom system. And this is how it is coming. It's from that mapping. Since you have mapped your manager salary to admin and general, now system knows like admin and general is this many items. So it will show you your admin and general, what is the spend. Then it will come up with your gross operating profit, what is your GOP. And then, you take out your management fees and other items, and it will show you your EBITDA. So what is your final earning before tax and depreciation and all. So this is the number, like it will give you the exact number, like this is your EBITDA. And now these numbers are very useful. You can compare these numbers between your properties. So you have portfolio of 10, 15 properties. You see, okay, my EBITDA is average EBITDA is 35%, and one property is only 25%. Why it is so down, right? So that way you can kind of focus on the properties that are not performing and bring their performance up. Further down, you want to see my admin and general is high. What are the departments in admin and general, right? So if you scroll down, it will give you the broken down numbers as well. Sorry guys for interruption. Now, if you see where did I go? Yeah, so admin and general, then it will show you the admin and general broken down numbers. So utilities, so these are the chart of accounts I have mapped to my utilities. Property operation and maintenance, so these are the chart of accounts I have mapped to my operations and maintenance. Sales and marketing, so this is what I have mapped to sales and marketing, right? So this is how you get a very proper broken down P&L statement that will be, you can send it to your lenders as well. Second tab is showing trailing 12 months. So this is where you will be able to get your trailing 12 months statement as well. You can see how much your utility spent for last 12 months. Okay. So this is a financial statement download. Once so this part is covered. This section shows your some of the analytics on that, like your income versus expense and EBITDA number. Now we have those EBITDA and other details available. We can show you like which month it is down. You select that month and it will show you overspent, which categories are abnormally high or low. Bottom part shows you your cost per occupied room, and again, different like you can see utilities. What is your spend for last 12 months budget versus actual? I want to cover, I have 5 more minutes. I want to cover hotels page. Now you have mapping done. In hotels page, all these chart of accounts will all these departments will show up, and you can compare this department performance between your properties. So you can say admin and general, or I can say admin and general. So I selected admin and general. For all your properties or the segment that you have selected, you can see what is the spend on the admin and general department for last 12 months. Right? Now, one property is probably 60 room, other property is 100 room. So amount comparison is not that useful. But you can say instead of amount, you can select it as a dollar per occupied room or as a percentage of revenue as well. So for example, I can see my EBITDA or net operating income, and I can see it as a percentage of revenue across my portfolio. There are common features like you can change from graph to tabular format and all. But yeah, this is a complete overview. This is a newer feature we have. One other point I will cover, if you want offline steps to download this file, you can go to HelloGM knowledge base, and most of you have it, but if you do not have it, I'll give you the link. This is the link. I'm going to paste it on the chat window, and so you click on that, and we are putting more and more articles on our knowledge base. And this is where you will be able to see how to download financial statement using HelloGM P&L module. And there are step-by-step guide available as well as video available as well. It kind of went probably, good amount of space. But let me know if any questions. We can open it for question and answers. Yeah, Q&A.
You were incredibly efficient, Dhaval. Thank you so much. Good
No, the
job.
hoteliers, their time is so valuable. I'm like, I don't want to make it waste of their time. So, but if I'm fast or
Absolutely.
something, you want me to cover other section again, show you steps again. No, let me know your feedback. So,
Well, how does everyone on the call feel? If you have any questions or would like to see anything again, please add it to chat or go ahead and use the raise hand function right within our Teams webinar here. All right, so Kyle has a question for us. Do we need to connect QuickBooks file every time, or does it auto-connect to pull new data in QuickBooks?
so this is a good point. QuickBooks is automatic. Once you have this connection established, let me share my screen and Knock, you can. So once you have QuickBooks connection established, it pretty much stays that way. Now we are encountering some disconnections in between. So what will happen is if there is a disconnection, it will send an email out to the person we have that enabled, that alert enabled. So it will send an email out that your QuickBooks connection is broken. We are constantly working with Intuit to make this connection more and more stable. So it doesn't depend on your QuickBooks file. It just once you connect, it's going to stay there up and running for every time. Now, if you have QuickBooks desktop, then we can connect that as well. There are some steps that are needed. But send us email offline and I'll walk you through those QuickBooks desktop connections as well, right? But QuickBooks Online and other web-based softwares, they are pretty straightforward.
Thank you, Dhaval. And I believe it's Paul who asked, any idea when the Sage integration will be complete?
Sage integration, so we are working with, we have meeting scheduled with Sage Intacct this week. Sage 50, we already have some part integration done. What we will do till then is they can provide us your Sage statement export, and we can have that loaded it in HelloGM, like plain vanilla Sage just GL code export. And what we can do is we can ingest it in HelloGM because it's going to stay. The advantage is it's going to be properly formatted for you. Plus, you can it's a digital format, so you can take comparison between the properties and all. So while we work with while we are working with Sage to do a very seamless integration, you can always send us your Excel files and we can train our programs to upload that.
That sounds great, Dhaval. And in the same vein, I know Jackie said that she would be sending an email for follow-up regarding whether they can upload financials from a different financial system to achieve the same result.
Yes. So yes, any system that we are not supporting right now, low hanging fruit is we can just get the finances statement exported and imported in HelloGM. And also, if you connect us with your account manager from that accounting software, we can start parallel thread with them to complete the seamless integration for future.
Fantastic. And do we have any other questions out there? Jackie asked if this is something that they can upload themselves.
Yes, so you will be able to, first time you need to give it to us so we can train our machines to configure it for your properties. And after that, you can just upload through Night Audit and it will pick up those files.
That's awesome.
So
Thank you for asking those
uploaded.
questions, Jackie.
We will keep more this type of small, like, 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes kind of webinars in coming days. I think it addresses one module at a time. And it's like, we it's easy to accommodate small sessions within our schedules.
Yes, so in addition to any questions that you may have left, please also let me or let all of us know what you would be interested in seeing in upcoming webinars and our resource newsletters as well. All right. Did anyone learn anything new on this webinar today? Feel free to type in the chat or raise your hand if you have any feedback for me.
So people who are using Inflow or M3, they might have the financial statement from the M3 or Inflow directly. But I think there is a still value addition to ingest those statements in HelloGM, because then you can see you can have more flexible access given to your other team members. You can track your income expenses and some analytics we can provide on the dashboard itself. So any feedback on that line, also we can send us email and we'll enhance on that side as well.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Dhaval. Is there anything else you would like to add, Dhaval?
No, I think only thing will be like as more and more people use, and we will probably make it intelligent in the system itself to provide you some alerts like okay, you are way off on this category or something in that line will be coming in future.
Awesome work, Dhaval. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your great comments here too. We really appreciate it. All right. Well, in the coming days, please look out for that resource newsletter and we'll announce the next webinar. And please feel free to continue inviting your team members onto future webinars as well. If anyone on your team is not receiving the resource newsletter, reach out to me, knock.thatch@snnanalytics.com. I'm going to drop that into chat right now. And I thank you all for joining us today. It's very efficient for our team to be able to gather you for these topic-based webinars. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, everybody.